Hey everybody, I am Keaton. This is Kid Catholic Season 5, Episode 18. I have my dad here as a guest. He's been watching... You good?
Hello?
He's been watching for a long time. He's a Catholic convert, and so I wanted to interview you about being a convert, about how you converted to Catholicism.
Yes.
So my first question for you is, what prompted you to convert to Catholicism?
Well, my wife was Catholic, and then we'd agreed before we got married to bring up our children Catholic. And when the boys got a certain age, they asked me a question once that really bothered me. They said, "Dad, why don't you go to church?" And I was in another program where I felt like I had a great belief in God and prayed and paid tribute to Him on a regular basis, but it wasn't a formal church. And so I made up my mind that for my children, I would become Catholic.
Okay, and what were you before you were Catholic? What were you raised up in?
A Presbyterian.
Presbyterian, okay. When you first entered RCIA, was all sort of the Catholic teachings and all the different stuff that Catholics do differently from Presbyterians, was it sort of overwhelming to learn all that?
It was, but it was very eye-opening too, because I thought you did lots of things that seemed rather silly to me, as far as the dress and the garb and the on the knees and having lots of the things that we do in the Catholic Church. And then when I went through the program, I found out the reasons for all this, and there's reasons behind everything you do, and it makes sense.
Yeah, and what was sort of the moment when you realized that Catholicism is the truth? Like, did you sort of feel that moment? Like, when did you come to realize that?
It was sometime during, probably halfway through the 9-month process, and it was in one of the meetings. I can't remember it as an exact moment, but I just suddenly realized that all started making sense. And one of the big things too was when I read and was told that I was not coming to church for me. I was coming to church. I was coming to church for me, not to hear the preacher preach necessarily, but I was coming to give thanks to God for my week.
Right. Yeah.
And the gifts that He had given me. And all of a sudden, well, that makes sense. I should do that on a weekly basis. It gave me a reason. Yeah, this makes sense. It's me giving my thanks to Jesus and God, and that made sense to me.
Was it hard to sort of say to yourself that you had been wrong and that Catholicism was the truth? Was it hard to sort of realize that? Was it hard to accept that?
No, I don't think it was, because I'd been somewhat away from the Presbyterian Church, and like I said, I had a strong belief in God. I just wasn't sure any of the religions really had it right, and I'd never really thought it through. And when you realize that the Catholic Church was the Christian religion that was started by Jesus Christ Himself, so it made sense to me.
It was me, you're welcome, who prompted you to start RCIA. But what really would you say pushed you over the edge? Because like you said, you wanted to, and so you entered. But like before you finally made the decision to convert, was it like a mind thing, or do you think that it was God who was involved in that too?
I think God was involved with it too, but when you got two little sons that are looking up at you and asking you, of which you were one, yes, and asking, "Dad, why don't you go to church with us?" That's pretty strong.
Do you have any advice for other non-Catholics who might be looking to convert or looking into Catholicism?
My only advice would be is to go through the 9-month process, whether you become Catholic or not, and give it a shot by doing that, and also go to a few different services at the different churches around, because there's a reason why Catholics do what they do in the service, and you're actually going through the Bible. And so we're going through the story of Christ and we're a church that was started by Christ. And that's kind of what the Christian faith is all about.
Right. So, thank you so much, and y'all, if you are a convert watching this and you have a conversion story that you would like to share, please leave it in the comments down below for others to see, for me to see, so we can hear everybody else's story as well. Thank you so much, Dad, for coming on.
Thanks for having me. That's it.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, thank you. My dad just left and I completely forgot to say, so now that the topic is done, do you guys know what it's time for now? It's time for... Sorry, I just forget.
The Saint of the Week!
Now we are back at the normal set for today's Saint of the Week, and since I interviewed my dad about being a convert, I decided we should do a convert saint. Now, the saint that I chose has an absolutely incredible story. Her name is Saint Olga. She was married to the Prince of Russia, but when he died, she wasn't very happy. She took it out on everybody. She decided to wage war and cost hundreds and hundreds of lives. This one time when she was going to make allies with the kingdom, she stumbled upon this church and decided to check it out. While she was there, she was so fascinated by the liturgy that she decided to devote her entire life to Catholicism. Imagine just one single liturgy and bam, just like that, you've converted to the Catholic faith. She then sent out missionaries to different places, however, everybody rejected her faith. Even her own family rejected her Christianity. And this part is actually sad. She ended up dying thinking that as a missionary she had failed, but it turned out to be completely wrong. Just like how Christopher Columbus died thinking that he hadn't found new land. She is an absolutely remarkable story. Imagine just one liturgy and bam, you have devoted your life to Catholicism. That's absolutely incredible, and it really does show the power of the liturgy, the stuff that the liturgy can do for us. After doing the terrible, terrible things that she did, she ended up, after one liturgy, devoting her life to Christ. And that's something that is absolutely beautiful and something that we definitely, as Catholics, need to admire. So before this video ends, guys, remember, I am taking questions for my season finale coming up. All you need to do is comment down below using the hashtag AskKC, comment a question down below, or you can comment a question on any of my social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The link to all three of those will be in the description and in the comments below. I want to say thank you to Epiphany and to St. Charles for allowing me to come and speak to the women's group and the confirmation kids over there. It was awesome to get to see you guys. If you want to book me to come speak, all you need to do is go to kid-catholic.com/contact. Speaking of kid-catholic.com, I have a website, kidcatholic.com. The link to that will be in the description and in the comments below. You can go check it out. If you're not already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you're new, I post a new video every single Tuesday about Catholicism. Also, if you haven't checked out the video I made about Hi-Ho Kids' pro-abortion video, you should go check that out because it's absolutely horrible. Not my video. The Hi-Ho Kids video is horrible. My video is cool. Please share this channel with your friends and family. Make sure that they know about Kid Catholic. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next week, and hi, Brielle.
You look taller in this than me. I'm not liking that. Yeah, I'm ready now. Okay.
You're going to be awkward, aren't you?
No, I don't know. I might be. I don't know.